Hello the internet, welcome back to the Waifus. I am Sefhi, and today I want to talk a little bit about the shop on sort of Convallaria and why it's important that you actually start using your resources here. I want to talk about the normal shop, the one you can just farm stuff and buy different types of resources in exchange for playing different game modes. So we're going to be talking about this today, since one of them is even resetting tomorrow, and you should be taking advantage of this. As usual, before we start, leave a like, subscribe, help me grow the channel, and let's just get started with all of these shops where you can get the currency and what you should be buying. Starting with, first of all, on exchange, the regular shop. This regular shop is for whales. And you might be thinking, oh, they can buy absolutely everything and get ahead of me. Yes, it's a gacha game. The only thing they cannot buy, and I'm glad, it's a stamina. The only way of getting extra stamina is with a monthly, weekly pack, sorry, this one right here, and then also max refreshing when it comes to spending look site for stamina, which is really expensive. So in the shop, you should not be buying anything as a free-to-play player. Nothing. The only thing is the fates, because well, they are like normal price, so it doesn't matter if you buy them here or on the gacha screen itself. It's the same thing. Let's move into the gear tab. This gear tab, it's important that you actually do not use it. So there is two types of currencies for this shop. There is the Radiant Crystal Nucleus, and there is also the Radiant Crystal Dust. How do you obtain these two things? If you go to your inventory and you go into your gear, you'll be able to break down your gear, which of course you don't want to be doing. But just as an example, if you break epic gear or regular gear, you will be getting the normal dust. If you want to get the other currency, how do you get it? By dismantling actually legendary pieces of the gear. Please don't do this. This is for whales. Long term, you may be able to also do it when we start getting more and more weapons and you have them with 5 stars. Anything that is not 5 stars, you should never break down. Of course, when you have, for example, this weapon at 5 stars, which I'm going to be able to get, as you can see, I only have 2 more, I will be able to actually dismantle the other 2, since you don't need more than 1 weapon type for the most part. For the most part, you could have a couple of each just in case, but it's not really worth it, right? Since there is so many different weapon types, at the end of the day, just one of each is going to be enough, because these SR ones have different effects that are going to be really good for most of your characters. So when it comes to the gear shop, I will not be buying anything, mostly because you will not have currency. When it comes to these ones, the random legendary pieces of gears, you need to dismantle so many of them that is not worth it. When it comes to the other currency, the dust, what should you buy? You should ignore the random pieces of gear because they are only epic and that's not worth it. You should ignore the Elysium coins, in my opinion, and the only thing that's worth getting in here, it's the dust. Dust is going to be something that's going to be really limiting us long term, even though right now at the beginning we're getting a lot more resources than what the Taiwanese server got on release, which is nice, by the way. But yes, I would ignore this shop for now because it's not as important for a free-to-play or even low spenders like myself. And I'm moving into the reputation shop. How do you get this proof of reputation? Well, there is 2 ways. First, your daily missions. Second, your friendship. Every time you gift all and claim all, you're gonna be getting some. And then lastly, the only other way of obtaining this currency outside of battle passes and whatnot, it's the guild. You're gonna be getting multiple proof of reputations during these missions. 3,000 here and 3,000 at the end, and I believe another 3,000 here. So in total, 9k per week, 9,000 per week, which is pretty nice. So let's go back into the shop. Should you be buying anything? Absolutely. This shop resets in 1 day, as you can see. Now, what you need to buy, it's actually up to you, because there is a lot of stuff that will be depending on your account. So for example, for me, I like the Bond Charm because it's going to help me get a little bit extra stats on my characters and also get them to level 2 so I can get the profile pictures, right? That's nice for me. The rest, honestly, is not as important right now. It is really up to you. So for me, I'm gonna be getting the powder, always important, and when I unlock the Tarot Essence, which I need to be level 30, I will be buying this. Until then, the only thing that I will most likely be buying is some of these unnamed silver ones, because they are actually gonna be something that I need to level up multiple characters so I can be testing them. But this is up to what you need. As a content creator, I'm gonna be needing a lot of rank medals, right? You might be needing something different, so buy according to that. There is no point on hoarding this resource, at least right now. Use them every single week, all good. Let's move into the memory crystal. We already talked about this on my premium shop video on what to buy or not as a light spender, what I will say, save for now this currency. Getting this even as a well, all right? I don't consider myself a big well. I might have spent $150 and I have 1,700. This is so much RNG that it's not worth spending until you accumulate enough for either the selector or the selector for the weapon, nothing else. It's not really worth spending so much currency on anything else. Maybe if you would really like one of the furnitures for your base, get that. The Castalia is pretty good, but it's only one you can get, 5 per month, but you don't get even 1 per month. The amount of pulls you need for this is disgusting. So for now, ignore this, all right? There is no value on buying anything in here. And then let's move into the Insignia. And where did you get this? You will be able to obtain this currency by clearing the tower. So if I come right here right now, the Tower of Conquest, crossing worlds, and I go all the way to the right, you'll see the tower. And every week you'll be able to obtain some of this currency. And every time you are clearing a level, I believe you also get some currency. So I will say if you can start doing this, please do so, because again, these first time rewards are really, really good. And it's going to be a good source of legendary weapons, accessories, etc. 100% recommended to start doing your towers every single week. There is 1 day until reset. Make sure you start now. Now, what should I be buying on that shop, Sefhi? Well, there's a couple of things, and this is exactly the same as the reputation shop. It really depends on what you need right now. And I know this sounds like, oh, Sefhi, this is not the guide, but that's the reality. I'm not gonna tell you, oh, someone following me while I'm recording the video. Hey, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. I should deactivate the alarms while I'm recording videos. Sorry about that. Still, thank you. I appreciate the support. So, like I was saying, a lot of things in here are depending on your account. I cannot tell you go buy Radiant Ores because you might have a lot already stocked up, piled up, and I'm just hurting your resources. You might not have a single star particle available right now for you, even though we get a lot, and you're buying something else because a YouTuber told you to. No, this is tailored to your account, and it's not too hard to see what you might need right now, depending on how many characters you're leveling up, depending on what faction you're leveling up. So you might be needing more medals for a specific one. In my case, I am stockpiling dust. I like my dust guy. Guys, what can I say? I know it's gonna get harder later to get more, so that's what I'm stockpiling. Now that said, all that jumping aside, that is going to be for this shop guide. I know some people will not like this when you don't tell them specifically what to buy, but there is a couple of the shops where it doesn't make sense, and you should never just buy a specific thing because someone told you to. You should tailor it to your needs. That's going to help you a lot more than just following random guides. That said, it's going to be for this one, just a short one talking about the shop and why it's important you start doing different game modes to actually get even more rewards. All that said, is going to be for this one. I love you all, guys. Thank you to my patrons for making this content possible. You can join them with the link in the description down below. Good luck with your pool dinner rates. I'll see you in the next one.
役立たずは楽園から追放するのみ。ブランとノワールのショータイムです。天地万物を切るとはこういうことだ。